Hey you guys, this is Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and you're watching MTV. So I went to Whole Foods today, and who do I see but the lead singer of Red Hot Chili Peppers, Anthony Kiedis. First thing when you see Anthony, you notice about him is he's so proud. He's about 4'9", short, but he's so proud. He looks like an Indian on a horse, a strong horse. So it takes your breath away. First thing I think when I see Anthony is I'm gonna prank him. So I go up and I start looking. He's shopping. He's got a basket. I start looking for all the Red Hot chilies I could find, and I started putting them in his basket when he wasn't looking. And I start putting them in there, and then I sneak away, and I go back to him, and I go, after you eat all those red hot chilies, you're gonna have to drink a little water. And he's like, what? And then I go, hey Anthony, you're gonna have to drink a little water. When you get them, put them in you. He's so proud though. When you see him, a lot of rich people, he looks like he would smell good. And that's not saying much. He could look at me like I was dirt. He didn't look at me like I was dirt. He looked at me like I was a guy who could drive a car. So then Anthony's walking, and he's going in the checkout line. I'm in the checkout line, and first thing I think is, I'm gonna prank him. I've been watching a lot of Animal Planet lately, so I wanted to make like a vampire bat because it's Halloween. So I sneak up behind him, and I lift up his hair, which is so soft. I lift up his hair, and I have took an X-Acto knife, and I did a small incision in the back of his neck, and I started lightly, like he can't even feel it, but he's like reaching for his debit card. I started drinking his blood. And just sucking his blood, and like the whole time I wanted to say something because it's Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. One thing about sucking the blood from Anthony Kiedis' neck is you don't it smells good. He's so successful. You would think he would just let his neck stink from his long hair, but he doesn't. He must wash it or use shampoo. It smelled a little like sweat, but it didn't smell that bad. And after I finished drinking, I couldn't help it. I said, "Suck my kiss, Anthony." I whispered it in his ear like this. I said, "Suck my kiss, Anthony." And he turns around and he's like, looks at me really confused. He didn't say anything, but he was so like gracious and kind. For being like, he has $1 million in the bank. He probably wouldn't even think I could vote. So cheers to that.